everybody. So as you probably already know, and you've probably seen videos, Sephora had a sale last weekend and then this past weekend for 15% off. This is their first sale of the year. And then Ulta busted out with a 20%. I don't know if that's normal for them to do it the same weekend. I try tons of samples and a lot of times they're like, eh, and sometimes I want them badly. And then sometimes it's like, oh, hell no, I don't want to ever use them again. So these are the samples that I have tried. I'm going to go through them and tell you why I didn't like them. So my first product was this Lime Crime. And this is a sample pack that they actually sell these. I didn't get this for free, but I love my Jerome Russell, and I always seem to want to try different ones because I want to make my color last as long as I can. And I kept hearing good things about this Lime Crime, and honestly, it's not that great. It smells really chemically, and it doesn't last long. It really starts to fade the minute you start to rinse it out. So that's how I feel. I know a lot of people love this product, but I just didn't see the hype. The next product was this It Cosmetics, and it is Confidence in a Cream. The list of ingredients on this is just insane. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I didn't like the way it smelled. I didn't like the way it mixed with my other products. I didn't feel like it did anything extra. I just feel like you could get really good products with less ingredients. I didn't care for it. In sort of the same category, there was this Clinique, and this is the Moisture Surge. Again, it didn't mix really good with my other products. I'm not really a big Clinique fan, and this, was no exception. This Kat Von D, the Lock-It Concealer Cream, I didn't like this at all. It seemed like it has a lot of coverage, or actually it did, but it really creased up pretty bad. I have 2 samples of it. So I used up all of these to try them, and then I also have this other sample. It goes on really thick and it feels very greasy. It creased really bad. It creased in areas where I don't really have creasing. It just looked clumpy and it looked too thick for your eye area. I was very unhappy with having it on my face.
That's what she said. Or he said.
Then there was this NARS sample that I got of the Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. I did not like this at all. For my skin, I felt like it really brought out texture. First off, it was completely ridiculous trying to get it on. I think the best way is to put it on with your hands. It kind of did settle in, but then it just brought out more texture. I don't feel like I should have to work that hard to get a concealer on in the first place, and then for it to have that bad of results. I just didn't like it. Maybe it's good for younger skin, but as far as more mature skin, it just brought out a lot of bad textures. Very uncomfortable to wear. It didn't seem to want to settle. It just moved around. Not my cup of tea. So in the same category, I had these Kevin Aquan, and these are the Skin Illuminating Foundation. Now, normally with foundation, I usually fall in the middle shade, and then I can also mix the lighter and the darker shade to use it more. So not bragging that, I'm pretty lucky that I fall in the right shade category, but I can usually get a really good idea of foundations. I had used it like 2 or 3 times, I want to say, and then one of my favorite YouTubers that I really trust was raving about it, saying how good it was. So I gave it another shot, and I'm wearing it today. This foundation was extremely easy to put on beautifully, but it shows really bad texture, and again, the camera's probably not gonna show up. It just gives texture that isn't there. And then if you see right here, there's just a big old chunk where it moved, and this didn't happen till after I had it on for quite a couple hours. So I'd say I've had this on all day, so it's been on at least 10 hours, and it still does not settle all around in here. Looks like it's moved, and I have eaten, but normally I'll pat my mouth when I'm eating so that, being aware that I have foundation on. And I just, for the price, I just have a recommendation, just throwing it out there. If you're gonna pay for this, you might as well pay $5 more and get the Guerlain. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is my holy grail foundation. It has SPF, and this looks, from the minute I put it on until the minute I take it off, every time I pass a mirror, I'm like, oh, selfie time. I cannot say enough good stuff about this. If you're up in that price categories for foundation, I think you might want to give this one a shot. This Amika dry shampoo, I believe it's called, and people always say that they love it and it's so great. And I tried this before I had dreadlocks because I can't use things like this in my dreadlocks. And I sprayed it on and it left a really bad white cast, and then it drew out flakes, and I already have dry scalp. I don't need any more problems with that. I tried it on Blue because she has lighter hair. I thought, well, maybe it's more for lighter hair. And when I put it on her, it also made that white cast. I don't know if it's supposed to sit for a while, but I thought, you know, the dry shampoo is supposed to be quick. You know, you spray it in and you go, but it didn't look good on her and it didn't look good on me. So I do not get the hype. This Bliss body butter, I had to stop and check this package twice while I was putting it on to make sure that it wasn't soap that I was putting on myself. I kept going, did I misread this? Putting it on, it started balling up right away. It felt very sticky. It just didn't feel like body butter to me at all. Hard pass, and especially for the price. It's Boskia or Boskia, I'm not sure, but this one is the Revitalizing Black Hydration Gel. And this was another product where I looked at it a couple of times thinking, am I putting soap on my face? And I realized that's because it does have a silicone in it. In my opinion, I do not believe that silicones should be on your face. They block other products from absorbing. If you're moving it around too much, it balls up really bad. And this left like a dark, like a cast on my face. It just didn't do anything great. And with the silicone in there, I wasn't impressed. And I wish I would have read the ingredients before I used it, because I wouldn't have used it. So there's that. So that's all of the products that I anti-hauled. I hope that this didn't come off as negative. I know that samples are meant to be to get you to buy it, but also it can get you to save your money. And I just think I always appreciate when somebody saves me money. So I thought I'd pass that along to you. Stay tuned. I have hauls coming from Sephora and Ulta. I had to order online, so those will be coming in. And those are all repurchases if you are interested in seeing what products that I use the most. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.